Hey, you guys, and welcome back. This is Clint with Stitzer Properties, and I'm so grateful that you're here to watch. If you've not seen the previous 3 videos as part of this series of excelling in a constrained market, I invite you to do so. I'll add some links up here to get you going. But today's video is about doing and your relentless pursuit of achievement. So let's go ahead and get right into it, okay? So let's do a quick overview of the steps that we've taken to get here. Okay, step number 1 was all about excelling in a constrained market and the 3 core beliefs that were required to get there. All right. Step number 2 was dedicated to the spiraling method. Really, we made a whole video talking just about this diagram that's taught by Ray Dalio, the founder of the world's largest hedge fund. Step number 3 was about simplified focus, getting to the root cause, not getting caught up in challenges and problems and going a million different directions, but identifying the one area of focus that's going to correct course and get you where you want to go. And then today's video is going to be about doing, your relentless pursuit. We call it do. It's your relentless pursuit of success. Okay, and you can see here we've circled it in the spiraling. It is the most important part. We can go through the mechanics of setting goals and meaningful outcomes, things that get you fired up. We can know if things aren't going wrong. Even if we measure and we know, we can get to the root cause, we can find the problem, we can find that core area of focus, we can create a plan. But if you don't do, it's all for naught. It's all just an exercise, okay? So let's start with the statement alignment. I mean, why am I doing this? And there's a lot of reasons why I'm doing this. Number 1 is fun for me. I really hope that you enjoy it, but at the end of the day, you know, this series of videos is not meant to be hype or a short-term jolt in the arm. It's a conversation that's a continuous reminder of and commitment to a mutually beneficial relationship in the market. Here's what I mean. Look, like, we know that we're a new company. So we want to add value. We want to add value in a way that gives you comfort in how we operate, what we represent, and hopefully help you do better in your practice. That means when you work with an agent from Stitzer Properties, or you're bringing your clients to purchase a home from one that built our company, or other home building company is building, or a listing that we're marketing, that you can be assured of our sincerity in doing things right. Okay, that's my statement of alignment. We're here to add value, and we're here to have a great working relationship in the marketplace, and I hope that these videos help you and help you believe that when we reach out, we're real. All right, now let's get into it. Doing. I wanted to share a quote from my college football coach. His name's John Baxter. John Baxter is one of the best, in my opinion, special teams coaches in college football history. In 2011, he was named Special Teams Coach of the Year. He's been at major schools, Michigan, USC, Fresno State, Iowa State, University of Arizona, and he had a huge impact on my life, and there are certain things that he's done and said that have just run with me forever. And he has one quote that he teaches during kickoff coverage. So kickoff can be the most violent play in the sport of football. A lot of you are watching this may not be into football, may not care about football. That's fine, but I just want to give you a quick overview of this quote. So on a kickoff, basically what happens is we're kicking a football to the most athletic, fast, dangerous offensive weapon that the other team has. Then you have 10 guys looking to block and give that guy as much room as he possibly can to work and make everyone else on the field look stupid. And then you got other 10 guys sprinting down to squash his opportunity to basically change the course of the entire game. Okay, so kickoff is a high risk. It's a highly risky. It's a dangerous. It's a physical. It's an intense play. And so his guiding statement for kickoff was this. It was to keep your eyes on the target, your feet gaining ground, and your hands on all blocks. Now I'm going to humbly submit that this quote that he used to encourage us to be a great kickoff team applies to all areas of life. Now let's just look at it as to this video series that we've talked about. Okay, so keep your eyes on the target. Well, keep your eyes on the target is to turn your outcomes into affirmations. Isn't that really the 3 core beliefs that we talked about in video number 1? Belief number 1 is it's there. Belief number 2 is that you will and you must find it. And belief number 3 is that it's worth it. Right? So creating meaningful outcomes, turning those into affirmations, first person, present tense, as if it's already happened. And believing that you can get there. Keep your eyes on the target, laser focused. Okay? The second piece of that quote is your feet gaining ground. What does that mean? You're always making progress towards your goal regardless of what's happening. Really, it's constantly spiraling towards success. It's do, measure, adjust, do, right? And if you want to revisit the idea of spiraling, video number 2 is all about that. Your feet gaining ground. Okay, and then number 3 is your hands on all blocks. What does that mean? It means don't allow problems to persist. People, things, situations, shit is going to get in your way. Get to the root cause and move on. Said simply, in a sports play, freaking keep your eyes on the target, your feet gaining ground, never stop, and as things come up, do not allow them to stay. Put your hands on all blocks and get them out of the way. It's a simple quote. It's a powerful quote when you analyze the pieces of how it comes together. So I'm happy to have shared that with you. Even if you're not into sports, I hope that you can align with and use that as a simple way to be determined and to keep you focused on the direction that you ultimately want to go. Okay? So the next question is like, well, that's all good and great, Clint, but what do I do? What am I doing? So in this video, I'm going to propose a couple of thoughts, an approach, if you will, okay? And honestly, it's about them. So we've talked all about you and your mindset and your belief and your actions and how you address problems. But at the end of the day, it's about them. It's about your clients. It's about who you serve. And so here's just a few thought processes you may find valuable to adopt. Number 1 is the law of value. Really simple concept. Your true worth, the power of your earnings, is determined by how much more you give in value than you receive in payment. It's never hard to substantiate your earnings if you're giving more value than you are receiving. Make sense? Number 2 is the law of compensation. Your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. So when we talk about being consistent in your reach out and your connection with people, the law of compensation is directly tied to how many people you serve and how well you serve them. All right, law of influence. Your influence is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interests first. And so really the law of influence and your ability to influence a lot of people and add more value than you receive is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interests first. Interesting to think about, isn't it? Okay. The law of authenticity. The most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. The law of authenticity. That means you're willing to be vulnerable. Real estate 101. If you don't know the answer to the question, I don't know, but I'm happy to figure it out for you, right? But the law of authenticity means if you can be you and the authentic you in serving people in a way that you are putting their needs first, that you intend to serve a lot of people with that sincerity, and that you're providing more value than you receive in payment, and you can be authentic in your own skin in doing that, you're going to do great, okay? And the last one is the law of receptivity. The key to effective giving is to stay open to receiving. There's a lot of people who reach a certain point of success and suddenly they don't feel like maybe they're worth it, or maybe they deserve it. Oftentimes I watch agents like give away a portion of their commissions or earnings or pay for warranty because they don't feel substantiated in the value that they're offering, so they're not able to receive it. So they feel like, gosh, I feel like I'm doing all this, so I feel like I need to pay something for you, okay? The law of receptivity says the key to effective giving is to stay open to receiving. If you're not allowing yourself to receive in a manner that is commensurate with the efforts that you're putting forth, the ability for you to continue putting forth that effort diminishes, okay? These are laws that help you to have long, sustainable practice. All right, so these are the 5 laws of success from The Go Giver by Bob Berg and John David Mann. It's a great book. They have Go Giver, Sell More. They have Go Giver. They're 100 pages. They're easy reads. They're really, really helpful, okay? So again, this video is about doing. We talked all this about yourself, and now we're talking about, well, what's the approach to doing? What's a way that can make this sustainable, long-lasting? Well, the 5 laws really come into play, especially as a real estate practitioner. So there they are. Hope you found them valuable. Now you don't need to read the book. Just look at those. Okay. Now just imagine. Let's just wave a magic wand and let's enter a dream state. Just imagine what your practice would look like. Or your life. What will your life look like if you program your subconscious to believe that your desired outcomes are your reality? What would it look like if you maintain the courage and faith to proceed regardless of the news or the hottest meme or meme, however the hell you say that, of the day complaining about 2020? What if you chose not to hop on the bandwagon of, oh, 2020, I'm a victim? Sure. Yeah, there's no doubt in acknowledging that 2020 has created great challenges for our country, our world, our population as people. It is what it is. But what if you just had the courage and faith to proceed for your outcomes regardless of that, as opposed to getting on the complaining bandwagon? Number 3, what is if you relentlessly pursue solutions instead of obsessing over problems? Now, many of you watching this, if you spend the time to watch this, you're probably of the mindset that you already are solution-oriented. But we all have to be true to ourselves and admit that it's easy sometimes to also be obsessed over problems and create limiting beliefs about it. So I know that if you're the type of person that's watched me talk for this long, that you're probably solution-oriented, but you got to acknowledge that problems can tend to dominate our mindset sometimes. So just imagine if you just relentlessly stayed on the solution side. All right, number 4 is you embrace the 5 laws of success and you offered your sincere self instead of having call or conversation anxiety. So this bullet point I wrapped in with another training and conversation within our team where people were feeling uncertain on what to say or struggling with making the number of reach outs and contacts and having valuable conversations they needed to have to hit their goals. But what if you just adopted the 5 laws of success and then you offered your sincere self in following those laws? What would that look like? Stack those 4 things and really think, what would your life and practice look like? Now let's talk about some daily actions to achieve what we just talked about. What are the daily actions we can achieve to actually doing? Let's break this down. Let's get tactical. Okay, well, daily action number 1 is write daily affirmations and gratitudes. Okay, why? I'll tell you why. Because your beliefs are like filters for your reality. What you think you become. Okay, attitude of gratitude, program solutions, not problems. Okay, number 2, show up. Stop opening your email first. All right? So often we start our day without intention. So we start by opening the email and then we're just busy responding to everyone else's needs, not really getting anywhere. It's a daily action that's important. Number 3 is write 2 personal notes. Okay, why? Because of the law of influence and authenticity. You're placing other people's needs first. You're saying, thank you, congratulations, I'm thinking of you, and you're doing it in a way that's true to yourself. Focus on your lists every day. At our company, we use this topic called Smart Lists and Follow Boss, and the idea is very simple. You want to be reaching out to the right people at the right time with the right value or the right message. So if they're hot, you're reaching out weekly, you're checking on their search. There's a specific formula that we follow to do this. It's a little bit different for everyone else's practice on how they do it, but just focus on your list every single day. It's the law of value. Okay, the next one. Schedule time to make 50 live contacts per week. Live contacts, live value-added conversations. Why? The law of compensation is determined by how many you serve. Okay, daily action number 6, stay connected to the market for matches. Review new homes, talk to other agents. Whether it's in development or sales, most of the meaningful opportunities that have happened to our company has been a result of staying connected to the market. Hasn't been a result of me late night searching the internet and finding something. It's having conversations with other agents. It's having conversations with commercial agents. It's visiting with New Home Sales Center and learning what they're dealing with and doing this, creating value for people in the marketplace. Stay connected to the market. Stay connected to your people in the different areas that they're in, and matches will come to your conscious and you'll be able to make things happen. Okay, why? The law of receptivity. An open and curious mind finds opportunity to give and receive. Stay connected to your sphere. You may find ways to add value to those people's lives and suddenly begin receiving more referrals because of an increased relationship of trust. Okay, and a lot of people might be saying, okay, well, what's next? This is interesting. What's next? With all this, there's probably a more robust plan that's needed. So we're happy to offer a free business planning workshop. We're calling it the Proven Plan to Sell Homes Right Now while building value for your future. Okay, so at this stage, we get into the nitty gritty. We spend a few hours and we really build a specific plan that works for you and your personality. I included a quote here from Ryan. Ryan is a California agent who's moved to Nevada. He had really robust goals and dreams, and we spent a lot of time together with this exact process. We do a workshop, and here's his feedback. So again, thank you so much for watching. I wish you great success in real estate ventures. Hope to talk to you again soon.